scientists, research. You might need a lot of regression stuff. So a lot of the math you learn in high school is specific to a possible career that you may decide to go to one day. Many of you may not decide to do that career, but we want you to be prepared if you do. This stuff right here that we're doing today is something that I think about every time I go to the grocery store. And so what we're going to learn about today are the unit rates. And a unit rate is a ratio that compares two quantities. And you'll see down here it says in a unit rate. Oh, I got messed up. Yours was right. I don't know what happened here. Yours was okay. It should say the denominator. Oh, okay. Okay, the denominator is 1. So, to go back up here, one of the best examples of a unit rate is whenever you go to the grocery store with your parents, you're going to see things like apples are $1.89 per pound. That is a unit rate. $1.89 per 1 pound. Okay, so we are going to write a ratio. There are 3 ways that we can write a ratio. The first way that we can write a ratio is we can use words. We can write it like this. $1.89 to 1 pound. We also can write ratios like this. $1.89, and we can use the colon, 1 pound. That one looks a little different than my L. And then the last one that we can do is a fraction, and that's the one we're going to use the most. $1.89 over 1 pound. Okay. In a unit rate, the denominator has to be 1 when you write it as a fraction. So I don't want to know how much it costs for 2.7 pounds, I guess, unless 2.7 pounds is what I'm buying. I want to know how much it costs per pound. Hardly ever in the grocery store do you go and they say $7.25 for 3 pounds, right? It's usually always a unit rate. The reason that this is important is because often whenever you're buying things, whenever you look at quantity, you want to know which one is cheaper. So if you've got 2 bottles of shampoo and one of them is 8 ounces and one of them is 20 ounces, of course the 8-ounce bottle is going to be cheaper than the 20-ounce bottle. But what you really care about is whether your unit rate is cheaper, whether or not it's cheaper per ounce. Because if you buy the 20-ounce bottle, you're getting a lot more shampoo. It's going to last you longer, so it might actually be cheaper per ounce to buy that. In most cases, it is. So let's do a few here, and this you can use your calculator. If you don't have it, you can just watch up here. We're not going to go get them. We've only got 15 minutes left. First, I got to get my calculator out here, though. And unit rates can be, either one could be the denominator, but Zach drives 135 miles in 3.5 hours. I could do, miles could be on top or miles could be on bottom, but which one is typically going to be on bottom if we're describing this situation? Miles and hours. Do we talk about miles per hour or hours per mile? Miles per hour. So that if it's miles per hour, that means miles is on top, hours is on bottom. So we would do 135 miles divided by 3.5. Come on. Hours. So if we want to change that to, right now it's not a unit rate because the denominator is not 1, but it is very simple to change it to a unit rate. 135 divided by 3.5 is going to give you 38 point, what was it, 571 miles per hour. You want to figure it out? Hmm? Well, I can't go give you more room right now, can I? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we just take the amount of miles and we divide it by the hours driven. And that gives us our miles per hour. That's our unit rate. Chastity buys 5 pizzas for $34.90. So, do we care about the amount of money per pizza or the pizzas per dollar? I would probably say amount of money per pizza. There could be a situation where maybe we want to know pizza per dollar, where we want to look at that. But I would typically, if you say 5 pizzas for $34.90, you probably want to know how much Chastity paid for each pizza. So if you only want one, you know how much you got to pay, right? So unit rates can be either. That's why it's really important that you give your units for this. So I need to know right here, when you give the answer, I need to know miles per hour. You can write it like this. You could do 38.571 miles per hour like that. Or you could do 38.571. Come on. 1 mph, like that. Okay. So, Chastity, I would like to know how much money it costs per pizza. So that means money is on top, $34.90 per pizza. We got 5 pizzas. And so if I divide those, $34.90 divided by 5, I get $6.98. So it's $6.98 per one pizza. And so, for example 3, we've got a 22-ounce bottle of ketchup. It costs $2.35. So, if we're in the grocery store, we might need to compare it to the 40-ounce bottle to see which one is cheaper. So, you would have $2.35 divided by 22 ounces. Okay, and so 2.35 divided by 22 is going to give us 0.107 if we round to 3 places. That's $0.107 per ounce. Alright, so look at the next. Alright, so here is your grocery store situation. You've got a 12-ounce bottle of shampoo for $3.25. You've got a 20-ounce bottle of shampoo for $4.60. Okay? So, there might be certain reasons that you choose the 12-ounce or the 20-ounce, like the little ledge in your shower is not big enough and the 20-ounce bottle is going to fall over. Sometimes I pick things for that reason, not because it's cheaper. But if everything else is equal, normally I try to pick whichever is the cheaper of the two. You guys may have so much money that you do not care about these things. I generally try to pick which is cheaper. I don't sit there in the grocery store with my calculator out on every item I buy. but I try to pick whatever's cheaper. So, if we look at the 12-ounce bottle, obviously it's a cheaper, but we don't get as much. So we really want to know the unit price to know which one's really the better deal. So we would take $3.25 and divide it by 12 ounces. And $3.25 divided by 12 ounces is 0.271. So that is $0.271 per ounce. And then, if we want to know about the 20-ounce bottle, we would take $4.60 and divide it by 20 ounces. Okay? We get 23 cents per ounce. So, which one is the better deal? Which one has the lower? 20 ounce. The 20-ounce bottle is cheaper. So you save like 5 cents per ounce by buying that 20-ounce bottle. So for your extra 8 ounces, it saves you a little bit of money. It's not a bunch, but if you do this on lots of items, it can add up. So, extra credit opportunity. Alright, so this is the only unlimited extra credit I am ever going to give you. Come about mid-November, half of you are going to come in here. No, not even that early. Let's see. End of semester is like December 20th. Maybe December 1st. Some of you are going to be in here like, Miss Hyatt, I need extra credit. What can I do to bring my grade up in this class? And I'm going to say, sorry, you should have tried harder earlier. Remember that extra credit I gave you and you didn't do? Should have done it. Okay? So, this is the only unlimited extra credit I ever give any class. And I always am amazed that at the very low numbers of students that actually participate here. So, this is your extra credit. Typically, buying in bulk saves you money. So, if you buy the 45-ounce jar of peanut butter, it is cheaper per ounce than buying the 10-ounce bottle of jar of peanut butter. However, it is not always the case. Sometimes, if you're not paying very close attention, the bigger amount is actually more expensive. To give you a good example, the one that I see the most often is eggs. Ingles especially, but at Walmart sometimes too. I don't normally go to Food Line, but I don't know if it happens there or not. But Ingles especially. Most of the time, actually, at Ingles, the 18 count of eggs, like the 12 count of eggs might be like $1.10. The 18 count might be like $2.10. And it's more expensive per egg to get the 18 count than the 12 count. Not always. Sometimes it's a better deal to get the 18 because the prices will change every once in a while. But eggs is one that I see often. That is not the case. So if you can find me something anywhere, it doesn't have to be at the grocery store. It can be at the Dollar General. It can be, at a store, anywhere. It has to come from the same store. Amazon does not count because Amazon is going to have different vendors selling the same product. So sometimes you might have, this pack of white t-shirts costs $20, but this one only costs $8, but it's because one of them is like their preferred vendor. So Amazon can't count. It can be online shopping, but it can't be something like Amazon where they're selling other people's stuff, or something like eBay, or, places where they sell from lots of vendors. If you go to Walmart.com or, probably you could do Food Line because they've got like the online where you can order your groceries online and you can look it up there. It doesn't have to be in the store. It can be done online. But it can't be where they're selling from different vendors. So it's got to come from the same store. If you can find me an instance where buying in bulk does not save you money, or it's actually more expensive to get the 18 count of eggs than it is to get the 12 count of eggs, then that's 2 points on a test. Same thing if you can find me a situation where the name brand product is actually more expensive than the off-brand product. So if you can find me a case where the Great Value butter is actually more expensive than the Land O'Lakes butter. Normally, Land O'Lakes is more expensive. The Great Value is cheaper, right? Or Laura Lynn, or what is it? All right, we're not packing up yet. I'm still talking. Okay? So if you can find a situation where this happens, then you get 2 points on the test. It is unlimited. You can bring me as many of these as you want. There are a lot of these out there. They're not common. You've got to look for them. When you're in the grocery store, in the corner of the price tag, it already has the unit rate worked out for you. A lot of times, you got to make sure it's the same units. Make sure it's ounces and ounces, but it's already there. You must have photo evidence of this. You can email it to me, but you've got to take pictures. You don't necessarily have to buy it. If you do buy it, you can bring me the receipt, but you don't necessarily have to buy it. You can just take pictures of the two products. Make sure it shows me the price and the size of the container, whatever you're looking at, so I can make sure you got the unit rate correct on that. But this is unlimited. If you can find 50 things at Walmart that meet this, then you get 100 extra credit points on a test. Okay? This is the only unlimited I ever have. Most kids forget about it before they leave the door right there and don't do a thing. But I'll give you 2 weeks. Okay? 2 weeks. Okay? Yes. You can take a picture of it and email it to me. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Computers are under your desk. Please put those back for me.